All right, we're live. Okay, it's been a while. How you doing, everybody? Uncle Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome to my channel. Uh, Great to see a whole bunch of you saying hi to me today with the comments coming in on the side. Let me mute that. Fantastic. Thank you all for your shout outs and support. Love you guys. Thank you so much. I thought I'd go live today because, of course, with the Dow up 1,300 points in the pre-market, and what the market's been going through the last couple of weeks with the grind here, I thought I'd say hi and give you my take on it all. Many of you probably kind of know what my take really is, but what the hell. Welcome all of you. If you're new to this channel, look, I'm just a guy in front of a computer that loves to talk about the stock market. I'll give you my opinion on it. And I love to help people out there, give them an insight on what markets are doing and what it might mean to you, especially if you are serious about making money in this market. You're going to learn to become an option writer. You're going to learn to write stock options. If you don't write stock options, you are gambling and you're guessing the direction of the market. If you went long yesterday morning, you guessed right. But if you went long 2 weeks ago, you're probably still down. If you went long a month ago, you're probably still down, but not as down. If you were a writer, however, if you've been an option writer for the last 2, 3, 4 years, as this channel evolved and got people to do that, you are probably a survivor of one of the big meltdowns of the markets in recent memory. I mean, we have seen the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell 2000, name your index, S&P, name your stock. Many shares have backed off in value. And if you have been an option writer, you have been able to either write calls and buy them back and write other calls and buy them back, or you've been doing cash secured puts and you've been sitting on mountains of money, daring the market to exercise you. Again, if you've been here a while, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't been here for a while, you're wondering what are options, how the hell does that work, and why does he talk like that? Stick around and maybe you'll learn, or just watch our previous shows, or take my classes on how to write stock options. Fair enough. Go to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Look, what's going to happen here? The first thing that's going on right now started yesterday after hours and has now continued into the pre-market this morning, is we've had the market react to this news about a 2-week ceasefire, and we're going to have the Strait of Hormuz opened up between Iran, with Iran and Oman and the United Arab Emirates. They're going to open up the Strait of Hormuz. There's apparently 850 ships in the Strait of Hormuz that are trapped there, just to give you an idea how many we're talking about, with I don't know how many thousands of ships trying to get into the Strait of Hormuz to pick up product, drop off and pick up product. We're talking fertilizer, we're talking natural gas, liquefied natural gas, we're talking oil, we're talking helium, we're talking aluminum, we're talking all kinds of stuff. And you've probably, in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks in particular, many of you are probably now more aware of how important the Strait of Hormuz actually is to the world economy than previously thought. Many of you out there probably thought, well, just oil tankers go through the Strait of Hormuz and it's only 20% of the world's supply. What's the big deal? But no. So much more goes through that region. And it has a little to do with Iran and nothing to do with Iran. What goes in and out of Kuwait, what goes in and out of Iran, Iraq, what comes in and out of Saudi Arabia, what comes in and out of Qatar, Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates, Oman, just name off countries left, right, and center, and then all the countries that they deal with, their domestic product coming through Saudi Arabia to the Strait of Hormuz or through Iraq. The global economy is a very linked thing. And now we're beginning to find out, and it's almost every second day we find out. I didn't know helium was a big deal in the Strait of Hormuz. Did I have to give a crap about helium? Apparently, helium is used in cooling chips when chips are producing or working to add to AI and software and to computer systems and who knows what. Rare metals, fertilizer for farms globally. We're talking food supply for billions of people. This is a very, very, very complex and multi-layered story here. And all we're getting, and probably many of you, all you're getting fed to you has been the headline 8-second attention span news that wherever you are in Europe, Canada, the United States, South America, Africa, Asia, it doesn't matter, wherever you are, you're getting your ration of propaganda from your people, people you believe in or believe are right or are, the only ones you trust, whether you believe in a religious leader, a political leader, spiritual leader, an influencer, it doesn't matter. You're all noticing, I think many of you have noticed how certain regions of the world believe in certain things and won't listen to the other side. And it's domestic, it's local, and it's international. Welcome to the planet in 2026. The bottom line is the entire planet today has noticed that the Dow Jones is up almost 1,300 points in the pre-market. That is called the movement of money. And that one is what everyone can understand as is real. That ain't fake news. If the Dow is up 1,200 points, 1,300 points in the pre-market, that's real. And if a stock is up, that's real. If oil is down $17 a barrel, that's real. And so whatever spin anyone wants to put on any of that, that's their business. But dollars and cents, yen, pounds, euros, any currency you want to talk about, that's real. And so today there might be more real news going out than fake, but who knows? The thing to keep in mind also, kids, is as great as it is in the pre-market, it's irrelevant in the big picture, because until the bell goes off in New York, because that's the one that matters, when the bell goes off in New York, we're going to really see what the markets actually do. And will the Dow really be up 1,200 points for more than 5 minutes? Are we going to just be up 300 to 400 points when this day is over? Are we going to be flat? Are we going to be up 1,500 points at the end of the day? Where are we 2 hours into the market? We have a bounce, yes, an opening bounce. But is it a dead cat bounce? Will concerns override the optimism that will take the steam out of this? This is completely normal and should be expected. Now, there will be the pessimists who will say, oh yeah, this market is it's going to have a couple of days of happiness and then we're just going to drift right back to where we were. You're going to get that. And there'll be people who say, we're going to go lower. We're going even lower. There'll be others who will say, well, there's going to be the big divide, the winners and the losers, and we'll kind of go from there. And others will say, oh, no, this was your chance. This was the dip that we saw when Trump came out with that tablet of all the tariffs, Liberation Day. Remember that? That's what we just had. That's what some optimists will say. Others will say, you remember the financial crisis in 2008, 2007? Your opportunity to buy at the super lows. This is what we just had. I don't know about that myself. I don't know if we've had that. If you talk to investors who are long oil and gas stocks, they're not very happy today. They are looking at their oil and gas markets taking a dump. Fertilizer companies' shares have dropped off. Mining stocks are under pressure, and on it goes. So there's winners and losers here in this morning's pre-market and when the market opens up later today. The question is, how severe will the winners and losers really see the movement of their portfolios? We'll find out. Now, anybody who's a regular on this channel and have been a regular on this channel for the last few years, you are very much aware how we follow certain particular stocks as well as the market. And one of our favorites is Sofi. It's great to see Sofi up this morning, no question about it. I see it right now at 1764. It's 8:12 Eastern time right now, 1766 roughly. So we're up 155 in the pre-market. The good news here for Sofi shareholders and Sofi fans is that, yes, the stock is up, as is the market, but the Dow is up 2.7%. The S&P is up 2.8%. NASDAQ is up 3.5%. With those great gains on those indexes in mind, Sofi is up 9.5%. So Sofi is way outperforming the markets. Now, a pessimist would say, well, hey, Uncle Bruce, come on, buddy. Like your beard, but look, $1.53 gain on the stock, it's only $1.50 on the stock. So yeah, it's 9.5%. You can't compare it to the Dow Industrial. I agree with that. I agree with that statement in a way. But in another way, I say, yeah, except for the fact that with the stock up 9.5% versus the indexes up 2 to 3 to 3.5, this is an outperformance. And keep in mind that the low price of these shares in the last couple of weeks was in the high 14s. And so really, if you use 15 as the bottom, we're up to 260 from the bottom already, from the $15 neighborhood, and a 260 gain on a $15 stock, just to use quasi-simple mathematics. We're talking about a 17-18% gain from the low so far. Now, let's calm ourselves and go, yeah, that's true, Bruce, but you know and I know, this thing came from 32.73 for its all-time high, and it was in that $27 to $30 range just before they raised cash at $27.50 a share. Doesn't that look smart now? And the stock was 25 to 27 after they raised money, and now here we are, down to 15. But we're back to 1760 at the moment. Now, the question on everyone's mind who's watching me here, like on my mind, is how high can the shares go today? Can they hold any kind of a gain that we've got right now? We were probably all thrilled yesterday when we saw the shares touch 15.91 and come right back over 16 yesterday morning and yesterday during the day, and to close at 16.11 and not give up $16 yesterday. That was a nice psychological thing. Now we're through 17 without even blinking, and here we are at 1767. Is 18 in the wheelhouse today or tomorrow? Could it be beyond that? Or are we just going to see the pre-market only get to 1760 something, and we're not even going to see this during the hours coming up? Are we only going to see the stock maybe open at 17 to 1720 and then go back to 1660 and down to 1640 later today, and we'll all go, oh, look at that, it's not even doing anything? Whereas on the other hand, we should remind ourselves, if these shares go from where we closed last night, which was 1611, and sit at 1640 to 1650, every 16 cents is 1% gain. We go up 3%, 48 cents, and we're sitting at 1660 a share. That's equal to the Dow. That's equal to S&P. A little behind NASDAQ, but still a gain on the stock. We have to just let it give us what it gives us, and we have to wait it out. At the end of the day, for Sofi shareholders, I know, we all know that the company will come out with their financial results a little later this month. I think they said something like April 27th or something like that. So we're about 3 weeks away from the financials for the first quarter. That's undeniable. That's baked in. And I'm pretty darn sure that the first quarter was a pretty damn good first quarter. Record quarter, record number of new members, loans being done. We've seen nothing but a um, um, automated list of good news from the company itself the last 2 weeks. Ever since the Muddy Water attack, which now looks like, a disaster for these guys. Ever since the attack on the company and the stock, the company has come out with announcement after announcement after announcement, and a lot of analysts are going, "Yeah, this company's going to make a lot more money than they've been making already. They're going to compound their returns. They're becoming a fee service kind of a company. They don't necessarily need deposits to grow. They're attracting capital from the institutional investors out there to then go ahead and lend out, which allows SoFi to lend money out risk-free to the rest of the world. By the way, cheers, everybody. Welcome. Rugman is alive and well. Rugman has been busy lately, hasn't he? We'll see what happens here. SoFi, look, until it gets to $25 a share, I'm not happy and I'm not satisfied with where the stock is at. And that should be your mantra too. Unless it gets back to 25, we can all say to ourselves, well, at 25, that's a pretty nice price compared to 17.60 or $15. But it isn't 32 something. We all understand that. But boy, we're within range of 30 from 25, aren't we? And don't be surprised if the shares do recover a little more ground between now and earnings release day, that the shares start to zero in on 18 to $20. And if the financials come out like I expect them to be, record everything good, depending on the big picture, and what I mean by that is the geopolitical big picture, the shares may break through 20 and go beyond that, but still be down from 32 to maybe 22 and on their way back to 25. We'll see. But fundamentally, from a fundamental bottom line financial viewpoint of SoFi, I expect the company to announce, or analysts to predict, that the company will earn $1 a share. A 12-month from now, they'll be running a $1 a share profit as a corporation. So it could be that March 27, the company now is running a $1 a share net profit and forecasting a $1.50 profit per share for the 2028. That alone justifies the stock into the 2025 neighborhood, because a growth company of that acceleration, that kind of acceleration, justifies the stock to be trading at a higher multiple than, say, a Bank of America stock or a JP Morgan or anyone else, because these guys are not multi-trillion dollar. This is not a multi-trillion dollar company. It's multi-billion dollar company. Something else to keep in mind, our friends at Muddy Water have kind of brought this to the fore. The fact is that there's 145 million shorted at least on this stock. The official number is 130 something. I don't buy it. I think it's over 145 million. Maybe it's even 150 million shares. Maybe last night and this morning there's some covering going on, but look, the volume this morning on the pre-market is what, 1.7 million, 2 million, 2.5 million. This isn't covering short positions to any great extent. If we had today 20 million shares bought back by shorters, we'd have to trade 100 million shares today. You'd have to have that kind of turnover in order for 20 million to be absorbed back. And I don't know if shorters are in that kind of a hurry. These are deep-pocketed people, couple dollar move. They might be doing what you're doing, thinking, well, the stock might go to 18, but it could come back to 16 by next week. And then I'll nibble back my stock. I mean, shorters are, they're like the longs. They're just as greedy as those folks who are long this stock. The difference, of course, is those who short this stuff could have unlimited losses. My personal take on this has been consistent, I think. This stock has been an opportunity for retail investors to either get into it or to write cash secured puts on it. It's been an opportunity for those who are long this stock to realign their long call positions and buy back calls that they wrote at much higher strikes and reload and recalibrate 2 weeks out, 2 months out, 4 months out, 8 months out to write new positions. Those of you who are into credit spread work, what an opportunity has been here to be doing credit spreads between $12 and $15 a share, or credit spreads between 18 and 20. There's still winners there. It's a question of what your risk tolerance is and how aggressive you are and how long your timeline is. Today, with the stock at the moment showing a 140 gain, maybe more, if these shares are going to be in the $17.50 to $18 neighborhood this morning, in the first hour or two, many of you may have an opportunity to do some rollover work on cash secured puts. You may have written 14s or 15s or 16s. Some of you might roll them up to 18s to 19s and 20s. Further out in time, you might just write from a 14 to a 16, go forward 2 months, 3 months, and take a larger premium. Some of you might be more aggressive than that and write 20s, write 22s, good for 6 months or 4 months or a year. Again, your portfolio will tell you. Do you stay with a cash position? That's the question. Do you sit on a cash position and write cash secured puts? If you've been hauling in interest on the money, keep doing that. I don't see a problem with that. Now, those of you who have written 25s, 27s, 30s, 32s, 35s, and you're still sitting on those, you're happy that, yeah, hey, at 17.50, we're not at 14.50, 15. Hey, my puts have come down a little bit because the market has come up a little, but boy, Bruce, I got a long way to go before I can really exhale from this pullback. Your timing is simple. You're waiting for the first quarter financials to come out in about 3 weeks, and you're going to wait for what analysts have to say about what they predict the company will do in the next 6 months to a year. And at the same time, you're looking like I am, that 20 to 25 is the number that will convince you, even if you've written $32.50 cash secured puts or $35 cash secured puts, 25 a share and holding that will convince you that the worst is long over, and that you'll look fondly back in time into January and February and March of 2026 going, oh, I remember when this stock went from the 30s all the way down to the 14s, and I hung in there with my cash secured puts. I dared those holders of those contracts to exercise me, and some of you have been exercised, some of you partially exercised, some of you not at all, and you just sat there with your arms folded. I remember lesson number so-and-so when he told me this little trick called do nothing and let the stock run its course, because you're long cash, you've written cash secured puts, you're hauling in daily interest on the money, and you're just waiting it out. That's always a good strategy. So there you go. Winners and losers today. So far this morning, we're hearing chip companies are winners because of helium. Helium prices are backing off. Oil and gas stocks are losers today because oil is backing off. Third world countries are winners today because they'll be able to actually buy oil shortly through release. If this goes through, if this Hormuz thing is opened up and 300 or 400 ships can get the hell out of there or more, a lot of third world countries will receive their supply of oil they've been waiting for a few weeks. That's number one, at a lower price too. Second world countries will be happier because, of course, they'll be able to buy commodities and oil at better prices. And the first world countries will be winners because it'll reduce the inflation threat that we're under right now. If oil is going to go down into the 80s or the 70s, the high 70s, instead of 115 a barrel, we have $78 a barrel, say a month from now. That will ease up inflation concerns. There could also be interest rate cuts possible, maybe a quarter point here or there to help stimulate the economy. But for the stock market, the bottom line will come out. Are you making more money than you made last quarter? Are you making more money this year than last year? Are you going to make more money this year than last year? Because eventually investors are cold-hearted, brutal people. They're brutal. They're capitalists. And they all they want to know is, you made $1.20 a share last year. Are you going to make $1.50 a share this year? Or are you disappointing me? And then we'll find out how it goes. Now, for some stocks that have already had a haircut, they're not going to go any lower, but they're not going to go back to where they were either. Remember, the stock market was at record highs last October, November, and December. The markets were at record highs. There was no need for any radical, major, dramatic geopolitical moves that were necessary because the markets were at record highs. But there were radical, major geopolitical moves made in the last few weeks and months, and that has upset the entire apple cart. And so here we go. What can I say? I'm just saying. I'm an observer. You're an observer. Are we any better off economically this month than we were 3 months ago? How is Ford doing? How's GM doing? How's Chrysler doing? How's your local economy doing? For some of you out there, you're in an area where it's great. Everything's just great. And some of you are in areas where everything's bad. Everything's just really bad. Welcome to the reality of our situation. Anyway, welcome all to the show. Airline stocks, you've probably noticed, have been under pressure. They might be winners today. Cruise companies looks like they could be winners. The problem is, you're a cruise line operator and you're offering cruises 6 months from now, a year from now, that are going to visit Dubai. They're going to visit Muscat. They're going to visit Abu Dhabi inside the Gulf. Are you eager to book a cruise that starts and ends in Dubai? Or are you eager to go through the Red Sea and go through the Suez Canal? Are you eager to book a cruise where there might be surcharges on your cruise because of oil prices over $70 a barrel? They have the right in the contract to add $10 a day to your cruise per person, at least $10 a day for fuel surcharges. Were you thinking of a 30-day cruise, once in a lifetime getaway? That's 60 days for two people. That's a $10 a day more, $600. Will that and geopolitically, are you happy? Are you comfortable cruising anywhere near the Middle East or a part of Africa or anywhere else? There's issues to be thought of. Airlines are already doing a surcharge thing, and airlines are cutting back the number of planes that they're offering flights to and from sectors. That has to go through the system. That's going to have an impact on all kinds of people's livelihoods. How many hotels are offering discounts around the world? I stayed at the Conrad Hilton in Dubai last August for a week. I had a lovely 450 square foot hotel room, perfect for two people. I was there all by myself. That room would normally be $400 or $500 a night. US, you can get it right now for probably $150 a night. How many are taking that deal? How many are taking any deals in Dubai these days? And what about deals coming up in Singapore and Tokyo and Sydney, Australia? Will there be a restriction and a reduction in long distance travel for North Americans and regional travel in Asia? Because the cost of fuel in Southeast Asia has just rocketed. It's not coming back to normal next week. This could take 6 months before oil gets anywhere near anything what we saw before. And that's assuming that everything goes perfectly fine between the leadership of Iran, the leadership of Yemen and Saudi Arabia and Iraq and the United States and Israel and By the way, is anyone talking about Israel this morning? We have a whole lot of sausage making to be done here, and sausage making is a messy, messy business. So we'll have to see how that plays itself out. But hey, I'm just a guy giving you the big picture overall. GameStop. What's going to happen with GameStop? I keep watching that stock at what, $22 a share, $23 a share. I get the feel that the stock wants to go, that certainly management would love to see the stock go higher. I can imagine that Mr. Cohen is not thrilled with the economic or overall state of the world right now. But hey, everyone's caught up in this thing. But I support Mr. Cohen in his efforts with respect to how he's evolving that company. That company is in a major revolutionary stage away from pure gaming to collectibles and other areas. And the big picture is the right picture for GameStop. The question is timing. Can GameStop bring enough economic momentum to the picture, to the party, to move the market? I'm waiting for, and I'm sure you are, the very first investment they're going to make other than buying crypto. What are they doing with $9 billion in cash? Sofi was a hell of a buy at $15 a share. It's still a hell of a buy here for a company that wants to become kind of a Warren Buffett style investment firm, if that's their plan. Diversify into various industries, starting with a 5 to 10% ownership of Sofi. But then again, no one listens to me, because what the hell do I know? Why would you buy Sofi at $15 a share? What good is that? If it only goes to 25, 30, you only double your money. What's the point? I'm just a guy in front of a computer saying, hey, there's possibilities. But hey, Mr. Cohen, I'm sure, has got all kinds of advisors advising him in the board of what their possibilities are. And maybe they're getting involved in a lot of pre-IPO potential funding deals that might be $100 million to $1 billion in size. And there could be dozens down the pipeline over the next year. I don't know. We'll see what gives. Rocket Lab, way to go, Rocket Lab, and way to go, ASTS, Space Mobile, and some of these other companies that are on trajectories that are going to other levels. Fantastic. We'll see what happens. Welcome all to the program. How are you guys? It's nice to see you all. Thank you for saying hi to me this morning. And if you can find the thumbs up button, please hit it for me. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button and nail it. Great to have you through the house. I see Lisa's here, Charlie. Roden is here. Bobby is in the house. Mark is in the house. Juan is here. Welcome all. Computer Whiz, what's going on? WC is here. Who else is here? Amy and Christina. Names are just flying by here. I can't keep up with everybody. Aaron is here. Aurora. All the regulars have popped in to say hi. It's great to see you. George, how you doing there? Waverly, Mojo Mama is in the house. Good day, good morning. IR Aaron is here. And Adam is here. There's George Manassas. How you doing? Thank you all. Andre Della Torre, one of the greatest names on YouTube of all time. Andre Della Torre is in the house. Kevin is here. Nice to have you around. Who else is in the house? Just trying to fly through here. My computer's a bit glitchy this morning. Keith is here. James of the Misty Trees is here. Welcome, DH Investing. Who else have we got? Hi all. Eddie here. Bryson. Boeing Tiger, good day, good morning. Hi, everybody. Lisa is here. I think that's Lisa. Robert is in the house. And Christina, I just booked a cruise for Memorial Day. Star of the Seas with Royal Rock and Roll. VZ Rover is here. Andrea, buongiorno. And welcome all of you guys. Thank you for saying hi and saying hello. Hit that thumbs up if you can for us. Do appreciate it. Yes, what will we do this morning when the opening comes around? I don't know if we'll be up 1,000 points or 1,200 points. I don't know if we'll even get to that, or will it go beyond? Will there be so much exuberance that the market will go a little too far, too fast? Will this have a nice opening and then we give it all back, or give half of it back and have a rally in the afternoon to only slump? Um, I don't know. We have to just kind of go with it minute by minute. The reality is that if oil is going to be under 100 a barrel, and if West Texas will actually go lower than Brent, which it should really, there's no reason for it to go over, then the market can have a bit of a rally here. Yes, is the market oversold? No kidding. Mega oversold. Certain stocks beyond oversold, SoFi being one of them. But if the favorite stock you have, or two or three that you have, will outperform the overall markets, then that's a good sign, because now the street's beginning to recognize that maybe your stock was a little too far picked on. And I would rank SoFi in that category, no question about it. But will SoFi really reach $20 by the end of this week, this being Wednesday, or by next week, and hold it? Or is SoFi going to be a bit volatile right now? Are we going to see $2 swings in SoFi going forward the next several days? Possibly, but at the end of the day, just keep in mind that the company is coming up with their financials in about 3 weeks. Starting next week, the banks start to come out with their financials, their first quarter releases. So earnings season is upon us. The market is getting a bit of momentum at the moment. There might be additional momentum to the market because of earnings results. Forget about the geopolitics. That will always be with us. That will always overhang us. And there will be fits and starts and good hours and bad hours with the latest headline out of Washington or somewhere else. We will have to tolerate that. But economically and from the market point of view, there are earnings reports coming starting next week with the banks and everyone behind it. So watch for Apple, watch for Google, watch for Amazon, and all of them. They're all coming, including, of course, SoFi. So we have a lot to watch what's coming up. There's the story. Is it worth getting back? What's Tim asking me? Is it worth getting back in with hopes of a swing trade before the deadline ends? That's gambling. And do you really want to bother with something like that? I say if you're an option writer and you're a long-term investor, which you should be, if you're in the market, you should be into it for long-term. I wouldn't be trying to do a swing trade. I'd be looking at taking advantage of what's being handed to me right now. If you did buy SoFi in the last few days in this 15, 16 neighborhood, you could now look at a situation where, well, I might write $18 calls good for a month or two and maybe I can get a couple of bucks for them. That takes me out at $20. I'm in at 15.50, $16. I'm taken out at 20, and then I'll just buy the stock back if I'm taken out and write 20 to 22s. On the other hand, you've been writing cash secured puts, and you wrote 20s last week, and you got yourself $6-7 in premium or more, and they're maybe down a couple of dollars today. Do you take advantage of this, or do you just sit there and go, no, Bruce, I'm waiting 3 weeks. I'll wait like another month plus, because I'm going to let the company announce their financials. I'm going to let the world digest that result. And hey, if the shares reach 2022, I'll then buy back my cash secured puts. Maybe I wrote them for $7.50, and I'll buy them back for $3.50 or $3, and now I'll write 25s. Welcome to the party, pal. As we move the other direction, and SoFi will move the other direction. It's just a question: is it a straight up shot, or do we have this first jolt, and then we kind of work our way, eventually higher and higher, but with some fits and starts in the meantime? That would be welcome. The question here is: has the train left the station? Has the $15 and lower station been left behind? And now we're going to see this $17 to $20 neighborhood become the new normal for a while. And then we're going to see the, say, $18.50 to $21 neighborhood become the normal. And are we then going to see $19.75, $19.50 to $23 become a normal? And are we talking a month or two or three now going forward? And by summertime, by July, August, are we going to be talking 22 to 25 or 24 to 27 as that neighborhood for a while, with the $15 days long gone? Maybe. But again, I caution you, if there's a headline coming out at any time that an insider of the company, Mr. Noto, bought another $1 million worth of stock and is releasing that information, or an activist investment group bought into this stock to counteract muddy water, all hell breaks loose. I mean, all bets are off. This stock could really run to 25 very, very quickly. There's 140 million reasons why this stock can go up $3 or $4 a share from here without all that much resistance. Shorters who are going to get caught with their pants down. Remember, shorters get greedy and they get annihilated. And if they get too greedy and too aggressive, there will be the other side of this market. The retribution side will be brutal. And we've seen it on GameStop many years ago. I'm not saying that SoFi can go to $50 a share on a short squeeze. It would be lovely, but no, I'm not calling for that. But seeing it from the 16, 17 range to the 20, 25 range, that's not a big deal in the big scheme of things. But it will take a catalyst to have that happen. And I don't think financials in 3 weeks will take the stock to 25 right away. I don't think so. Because there's too much damage and there's too much consolidation required, time to get used to new normal levels. That's what we need. But I don't mind that either. I don't mind if the stock goes up $2 a month for 4 months in a row. That takes it up $8 from here, $25. I'm comfortable because I'm a long-term believer in this company. I'm not a 1 month investor. I don't think 1 month at a time. So there you are. If you're an option writer, I think you're on the right side of this market. If you want to take advantage of the options and you don't know anything about how options work, well, get your butt over to my website. Here it is, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. And we'll see if this thing shows or not. There it is, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. That's the website. That's where you can buy classes to learn how to write options. Okay, they're still on sale. If you're interested in a deal, you can grab 4 classes for the price of 3. Here's the deal right here. I think this will show right here if I put the ticker on here. There you go. And knock yourself out. They're $150 a class. Pick off 4, any 4 you want, and they're $600 each. $600 per 4, and grab them and learn how to write options. I couldn't invite you at a better time to consider becoming an option writer, because the market is popping a little bit here, and maybe the worst is over. Many analysts out there are saying the dip is in, the bottom is in this market, the whole market, and maybe the next 6 months we will have a steady rise with some pitfalls in the meantime, but a higher high for the markets than lows. And that would be a great time to be an option writer to absolutely take advantage of this. But hey, up to you to decide whether you're going to become an option writer or not, whether you're going to be a gambler or not. A lot of gamblers have got their butts handed to them in the last 2 months with these markets having taken a real hit. So there you have it. There's the story. Thank you all so much for just being friends of this channel. Keep an eye open from occasional video from me. I'm busy working the markets myself. I'm long SoFi stock. I'm a shareholder of SoFi, and I admit it. and I'm always looking to write calls going forward. We'll see what the market gives us today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. Frank, how you doing? Ricardo, welcome. Thank you, Pam, House of Slaughter, Flint Creek, how you doing? And Cindy is here, Cindy B. Welcome all, and thank you all so much. Hit the thumbs up button for me, no matter what platform you're watching me on. Thanks again for following myself. Jen says hi to all of you. Jen is alive and well. And we're back in Calgary now from our around the world trip, which was just a fabulous experience. And I thank you all for that. Christina, I have covered calls. Question here. I have covered calls on both GameStop and Sofi. Would you wait until Friday to roll, or to do it now? They expire this Friday. I would be doing a rollover this morning. If these shares are up nicely, again, depending on how much they move, I'd be looking to lock in a further out call in time for a big premium hit. Yeah, I'd be taking advantage of it. If SoFi is 1750 to 1775 in the first hour of the session, and you can roll into higher strikes for, say, a month or two forward, where you can get dollars per contract, not pennies, then I'd be looking at that. I would definitely be looking at that, because that would give you a higher strike plus a premium, and you could be well saying to the world, take me out at 20, 21, 22, net $22, $23. Dare them to take you out, because you'll just buy the stock back and right again. With GameStop, I don't know what kind of reaction you'll get with GameStop. I hope it's significant. What can GameStop do in the first hour? I don't know. What is it looking like right now? Up 36 cents. So GameStop is not outperforming the market. It's nice to see it up a little bit, but it's not, But again, if you have the opportunity to do a rollover and bring in some cash, I would be doing it. Any interest in coming back into daily videos? You mean like get up every morning at 4 a.m, work an hour and a half to prep for a show, then do a show for an hour and a half and make $50 from YouTube? No, that's not in my wheelhouse. YouTube doesn't pay me enough to do that at age 70. Sorry. It was fun while it lasted, and the memberships were great to have as well, Gold Bagel members and all of that. But the amount of work that's required to do that on a daily basis, that's a 40-hour-a-week job, and I'm kind of semi-retired now. Although I'm available for one-on-one consultations if you really want to go over your portfolio. Send me an email. We'll get together. But the best thing to do here now is take these classes that you haven't finished off with, and do that, and keep your eye open for my updates from time to time, and kind of go from there. Hello from Costa Rica. Thank you, Gil. And RB is here. And who else is here? Lee Mortimer. How you doing, buddy? Nice to hear from you. Nice to see you there. And Christina, I've done really well with my weeklies. This is great stuff, Christina. You can certainly, cash in on a 2-month contract right now, a 3-month contract. You could do really nicely. But again, whatever works for you. Gil, I was exercising all my 27 puts, so I'm long a loot of shares. Nice going. Call writer, you are becoming. And thank you. JJ Neptune saying, good morning, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Traveling myself today, crossing the Andes with a bus ride, dizzying views. Awesome stuff, man. I love it. I hear from so many of you who are traveling now a little bit. I think this is great. And Christina, thanks, Uncle Bruce. I say, I'll take the cash and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? And there you go. Great attitude. Dude, ass face is here. RB Spire is beginning to show strength. Let's hope for the best on all of these stocks. Like I say, it's great when they're going up. Many are oversold. Even the big Magnificent Seven, there's opportunity in the Magnificent Sevens. just pick your spots and be patient. If you become an option writer, you're going to become a very patient person, which might be contrary to your style, but it will pay you handsomely, especially if you can work cash secured puts, covered calls, poor man covered calls. Want an opportunity for SoFi. You don't want to buy the stock? Then buy $10 covered calls that expire Jan 27 all the way to 28 and write on those. If you can get the 90-10 rule working for you, write on those. Take a bigger percentage return and say, I dare to exercise me. I dare it. Cash secured puts, great way to go. Stay cash and grow. That is the name of the game. Thank you, everybody who's popping in to see. You're here. What else going on? RB, I thought you're only 50 years old, Bruce. Cindy, not just nice just to hear your voice and a story or two. Thank you. Lucas, got back on my feet after being almost wiped out last year, stopped gambling and did actual writing. Grazia, Uncle Bruce. Right on, Lucas. Option writers, long-term are winners. They just win because you're the casino. You've got to become the casino. You cannot be the gambler. Gambling will kill you. It'll eventually get you. You might get lucky for a while. You might win for a while, but when the slot machines turn against you, they are brutal. Option writers are casinos, and casinos always stick around. You might notice that with Vegas having a tough time these days and numbers are way down, the casinos are still open. They're still there, and they have guests going through. They might be grumbling about how expensive it is for a cup of coffee and a bagel, but they're still gambling, aren't they? And there you go. Governments are more dependent on gamblers than ever before. Have you noticed the gambling ads on your baseball game, football game, hockey game, basketball game? Is it nuts? It's nuts. Anyway, Gil says NIO is a great opportunity. There you go. Turnaround situation. Whatever your favorite is, options are available to you to take advantage of your favorite stocks. And so there you have it. All right, kids, I'm going to say good night or good morning, goodbye. Have a great day. Thank you again for all of you saying hi to me, popping by. Thanks for these thumbs ups. I appreciate them. And, we'll come on once in a while now that I'm back in Calgary and I'm adjusted back to Calgary time from the Japan time zone. You might see me on from time to time. Any of you want to do a hangout with me? A couple of you want to get together and do a one-on-one? Just send me an email and we'll set something up. I do appreciate those. And it's always good to hear from you out there. Keep up the good work and grab the cash. Sharon, hello, Bruce. Thank you, Sharon. Dude Ass says, I've been working a Rocket Lab cash secured puts the last few months. Easy premium, man. There you go. Richard Carlin, thanks, buddy. Lisa, thanks, Bruce. Christina, see you soon. Thank you all so very much. The best to all of you. Get richer today and tomorrow and the day after and next week. And let's keep the drive alive. Any of you want to get these classes on sale and you're not sure how to do it, send me an email and I'll walk you through it and we'll get you going. And you'll become an option writer quickly and start to make some dough. Thank you, guys. RB, thank you for your kind words and greetings and shout outs. Andre Della Torre, love you, man. Love all of you. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day today. Get richer, and we'll keep an eye on this market as well. All right, everybody. This is Uncle Bruce from Cowtown saying, see you later. Bye.